record. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Feel free, hey Lori, feel free to send a reminder out. I did not post this anywhere other than a text today. It's been a crazy busy day. I didn't post it on all the channels, Facebook, the fireworks show, everything. But anyways, you're here. That's all that matters. This is being recorded. I'll post it by the end of tonight, first thing tomorrow, into the community, under the Zoom recordings, under pop-up trainings. But tonight's gonna be casual. Feel free at the end raise your virtual hand. I'll answer some questions. I'm just gonna show you guys how I use LinkedIn to my advantage. I'll share with you guys how I come up with some scripting. I'll share my AI stuff that I do to come up with those scripts, but make it more personable, things like that. Take some screenshots if you want. But again, remember, this is being recorded, so you're good. It's not going away. And I really like using LinkedIn for a couple reasons right now. Number one is, sorry, I'm trying to see who this one is. Who's the flag? Anyways, I'm just curious more than anything. But anyways, Vanjie, we had a good call today. It's freaking awesome. Real quick, I'm gonna unmute you, Vanjie. Why don't you share the story, get like a 60-second kind of what happened with your reaction, just so you guys know. Vanjie got me on to talk to a guy that runs four nonprofits. But during my discovery, which took me talking, I think like 5 or 6 minutes, maybe, I found about 104,000 new ideas for him, literally, that could bring in revenue to his nonprofit. And I think he's pretty excited. Vanjie, what do you think?
Yeah, I actually didn't even know he ran four. I just knew about the one. So it was great how DJ just kind of listened, opened it up, and gave him a chance to talk, which then said he ran all these, or he was part of all these nonprofits. Then he went and segued into how he had some corporate sponsorships. And DJ had asked like how many employees were part of these businesses, and he said one had 51,000 and the other one had 54,000, and he has been in an executive position at both places, so he knows the people very well at the top. And so hopefully, if he can get in there to talk to them, he could set up an appointment with DJ, and that would be wonderful to offer to almost 100,000 people plus his nonprofits so that these nonprofits can get some money. So I had like talked to him right after too, and he's pretty excited. And he's like, wow, that's kind of mind blowing because he didn't realize, most of the time it's hard for nonprofits to get money and, funding. And here DJ saying no upfront costs, so he was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, I
So
think it was great. I mean, the biggest takeaway is that all I did is build rapport, ask a lot of questions. I ask what's working for you. I always start with that, but then I end with what's not working for you because that's what I really care about is how can I fix that problem, right? How can I solve the problem? And he told me that as well. And then he shared with us, just to kind of quickly recap, that he has, 21 donors, but then he had two big corporate sponsors. Tell me about the corporate sponsors. How many employees do they have? Because in the back of my mind, employee benefit. And if I go directly to their HR department, I can put Vernon, who's the guy that we were talking to, on as the broker, the 50-50 rev share. So his nonprofit could be the other 50% rev share. Vanjie's the rep. She'll get paid on the Lavardi side. Vernon will get 50% of the $20 we charge, and the employees get the benefit that you all know what we offer. So it's I found 105,000 employees that could go on a voluntary employee benefit program, or if they're willing to, the companies may just pay their employee benefit program. We reduce it significantly, but it's guaranteed money where literally we could put, somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000 a month or more into his nonprofit with about a fifth. I think we're on for 20 minutes tops. 20-minute conversation. I found $1.2 million in donations if he follows through with it per year. All right. So it's a big deal. And so it's a lot of fun. Just want to share that little story with you guys at the beginning. So let's dive into today's topic. Today's topic is how do we find more of those, right? How do we connect with people on social media? So prior to us launching the B2B stuff, guys, I've been heavily focused on going after existing travel advisors, right? And you can go do different searches to find those travel advisors and see if they're happy, if they're in a happy marriage or they're open and different things like that. And I can show you some of that stuff. But then I started digging, going, okay, how can I get with HR directors, employee benefit companies? How can I get with nonprofits? And then that, because I want to go B2B, like it's great to go get our friends, our family, people on social media into Lavardi. And I would highly recommend not stop doing that. But I would also carve out 20 minutes a day and start going after, get the big wiffle bat out and see what we can hit. You know what I mean? Because the base hits will get you your base hit rips, some money, some belief money. But, if Vanjie rolls this deal in for hypothetically, let's just say that let's just say 1,000 people out of the 100,000, let's be ultra conservative, right? Join through the nonprofit on a non like a voluntary employee benefit program. Vanjie is going to make, basically 10% of residual on whatever number we bring in. So if we did it at $10 a user on our end after we split it, 10,000 times 1,000 is $100,000. Is that correct, right? And 10% of that is 10 grand a month that Vanjie would make in passive residual income. That doesn't include the top five builder bonus or the revenue sharing pools. That's just straight up residual income. So just think of that. But you got to still get the base hits and stay in the game and make sure at the highest pool you desire. But that one hit will get her into some of the higher pools. Would you guys agree with that statement? So that's the kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you how to fish today. And I'm just going to play around and we can interact and raise your hand. You can put some questions or, in the feed. But here's the simple, and some of you guys know how to do this, but some of you might need a refresher. Some of you might want to figure that out. Now, if I want to, there's a couple things I want to point out here. There are groups on LinkedIn, and these are some groups that I market to locally. A lot of you guys know I'm heavily building in the Arizona market. So twice a week to three times a week, I go into these groups and I post and stay front of mind. Okay. What I want to show you though is look at this. Let me, okay, that's all I got in there. So, do you guys see nonprofit accounting and grant management? There's over 24,000 members. Do you feel that this could be a good group to be in to connect with board members of nonprofits? Do you think that could be a good idea? Maybe, possibly. Okay. Now, if I type in nonprofit for a minute at the top here, and I go into the search bar. Let me go to home for a minute. If I go up here and type in nonprofit, okay, there's a couple searches you can do, okay? And I'm going to go click on groups to start. First of all, there's 20,000 groups that popped up. So if you look here, these are all opportunities to find people, like nonprofit chief executive officers. There's 14,000 people in this group. Do you think this would be a good group potentially to join? Because there's 14,000 almost like CEO level executives that run nonprofits, right? So this is a big deal. And what's cool is 24 of them are in my area, which is great. So I would join this group and then I would go start connecting individually with these people in the group because you'll be able to see it's private listed. So I got to wait till I'm accepted. But when you're in there, you'll be able to see all those people. Does that make sense? So if you're looking to, connect with travel agents, for example, I mean, just to give you an idea, travel agent network, there's a bunch of travel agent groups in here that you can connect with. You can do it with anything that you desire and what you're looking for. If you want to type in something that says like, human resource groups. Okay. So these are all groups right now. Look at this 950,000 HR professionals. Those 950,000 at least have 10 or more clients, relationships with employee benefit companies and companies that you do employee benefits. Do you guys see how big this is? Like you're going to get anxiety and overwhelmed with the opportunity to connect with these types of people. All right, that's just groups, by the way. So I want you just to know that we do employee benefits. We do associations. Like for example, I don't know if they have a group. Let's see. Let's see the California Realtor. Of course, my spelling won't be perfect, but I know how to cast checks. Hold on. California. California. Am I spelling wrong or is it just not a cap? Let's see here. Let me go here. California. I don't even know how to spell anymore. Is that right? My Californians? There we go. So if I go California Realtor, let's go to groups. Look at this, California Realtor Connection. Let me just see, is there an association? So here's what I'm getting at, just to give you guys an idea real quick, is I got connected with a group that has access to all these associations. Like there's 100,000 plus realtors a part of the Realtor Association in California. So there we're going to work a deal with the association to either A, give them a significant discount, API connect into there, and everybody that's on the association gets access to the Passport Lite. Or if they're willing to pay for all 100,000, I'm going to reduce the price significantly. And I'm going to recap why I do this. Remember, we know there's what's called a utilization rate. All the money up on digital assets or on products like our company is spent up front. The only cost going forward is when we create a new landing page for all these associations and communities and nonprofits, which is minimal because once we create one, we just clone it and duplicate it and change out their logo, their colors, their messaging. It's not doesn't take long. And then the only other added expense is after they become a client and they book travel, there's customer support. But if we bring in 1,000 people, would you agree less than 50 are probably traveling at any given time, maybe even 20, like really low numbers. So if we bring on 100,000, I could possibly, sell that at $5 a user per month, which is $500,000 a month. Or I could do it for $25 a year and get, $25 a year. That's times 100,000 is $2.5 million, right? And I just brought 2.5 mil into Lavardi, and half of that's going into the comp plan. How do you guys like that? It's 1.25 for the year, right? That's over 100,000 a month. Okay. So if you think about that, and we know out of the 100,000 at any given time, maybe 500 people are traveling, so it's not a big deal. That's our breakage. You guys get what I'm talking? I'm giving you like business conversations right now, okay? So that's how and why we can price it the way we can to these companies, and there's no other cost outside of that. So I want you guys to understand that. Now, how if you want to connect to people locally, what like in your area, different things like that. So here's what I do. So if I type in, which I've already done this and I'm already marketing to them, and I'll show you. If I type in nonprofit, there's search options up here at the top. How many of you guys see this right up here? Do you see where it says people? Right here it says people. I'm going to click people. Now I got out of groups. I gave you an idea on how you can go find groups. But if you notice, now I'm reaching out to people that have nonprofit in their bio. Do you guys see that? And what I can do is I can go look at my first levels. Just to recap, for those of you that aren't savvy on LinkedIn, first levels are people I'm personally connected with already on my friends list. Okay. And if you notice, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people on a page. And I got 81 pages of people that have nonprofit in their bio or somewhere in their, like if you look under current or past or anything. Okay. Now, if I have 81 pages times 10, that's 810 people that I can reach out to and start a conversation because I'm already connected with them. Now, if I uncheck level one, these are my level twos. So level twos I'm not connected to, but they're connected to my level ones. Does that make sense? So I could send them a friend request and then send them a message. And I've got 100 of those, which is 1,000 people that I can reach out to. And then my third levels are connected to my second, who are connected to my first. You guys understand how that works, right? And this is all nationwide, but there's 100 on there. So between my first, second, and thirds, I've got 2,810 contacts just right there that are 3 degrees of separation. Do you guys all understand what I'm doing there? Now, if I want to get more particular, I can go, okay, let's just do Arizona. And now I'm going to do Arizona, okay? And I'm going to show the results. And it went from, well, it just did not move at all. So let's see here. So with Arizona, I can get rid of number 3. Let me just make sure all filters are there. And you can do even more, Phoenix, Arizona. Let me move you guys here. So I can go Arizona. I've already got the nonprofit picked. And let's see what we show results. You can even pick by filters and everything else. So now I've got 49 pages. So 490 of my contacts in Arizona that I'm connected with are part of a nonprofit. You guys see how that works? And I can send them a message. And then my second levels and so forth. So you can do this with any industry. You could go click on employee benefits, right? So if I do employee benefits, I don't know what that is, but employee benefits. Benefits. Okay. And I type in, I got the filter Arizona, my first levels. In fact, Lindsay, just so you guys know, perfect. I met her at a networking event. She's already got me 3 corporate employee benefit companies that manage hundreds of thousands of companies around the world. Okay. Or in the US, excuse me. So she's already going to be becoming an affiliate. She actually helped put our whole employee benefit packet together. I did a Zoom with her this morning. And so again, my first levels, I've got 250 because 25 times 10, just in the state of Arizona. If I do my second levels and my first levels, I've got 1,000 I'm connected with. And if I did first, second, and third levels combined, I've got over, 1,000 of them right just there. How many of you guys see how simple this value is? Now, before I go further, because I'm going to show you how I connect and what I say, does anybody have any questions? I just want to break it up into 3 sections. So it's just doing the searches. I personally am just starting with people in Arizona because I can go meet them for coffee, and there's plenty of people. So if you go look for people in your market, start there. And then there won't be as much overlap. If you live in Arizona, just beat me to it, right? And so ultimately, that's what I'm doing to connect with people. And so I personally am going after nonprofits, this model. I'm already doing it. And what I do to connect with them and send messages is I use a software. Some of you guys have heard me talk about it in the past. It's optional. You don't have to use it. You can do everything manual, which obviously takes longer, right? Or you can use a software. I'll put it in the chat if you guys want it. If you want to use it, great. If not, totally no big deal. But this right here is a link, and I'm going to show you how Octopus works. Grab it out of the chat. You can save it on your favorites or whatever. But it's called Octopus, and it's automation. I can go view 500 people's profiles a week. I can go send 300 to 400 messages a week without me doing anything. And then when they respond, I become a human and use my voice. But the initial reach out message, I can be on a golf course and this system is working behind the scenes. Okay. I'm not going to train on Octopus because there's YouTube videos that can train you on Octopus. Okay. It's not what I'm there for. But if you can go to Octopus on YouTube or go to their Octopus page and they have tutorials and training videos and customer support and all this stuff. Okay. So I can't help you set that up. It's just don't have any bandwidth for that, but there's enough resources to help. Is that all fair to everybody on that? It's just a third-party tool. It's there if you want to use it. So here's how it works. So I'm going to share my screen again. Nobody has any questions. I will continue on. So I'm going to go have some fun. Let me just go double check so I don't overdo what I've already done. Let me just check something here real quick. Let me see. Okay, perfect. So can you guys see my screen okay? I see Cynthia. Can you see my screen okay? Okay, perfect. So what I do, just so you guys know, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a minute. Do you guys see where this says first grader Phoenix nonprofit? So I've got 429 of those. I've already visited them. I'm not going to do this right now, but I could, do you see how I've got 31 left? So I could type 31 in here. The first thing I typically do is I'll go visit their profile because they see my name. They're going to go, why is DJ looking at my profile? I'm going to go look at his profile and I can see because I'm a premium member of LinkedIn, I can see who looks at my profile, and those are all what I consider warm leads, especially if I'm already marketing to you. Now, when I do the connection request, what's going to happen? I'm just walking you through this. Don't get overwhelmed. Once I finish these 31, which I'll do tonight, okay? It'll take like 20 seconds times 30. It'll take not long at all. It'll take like an hour to do that. But it does it automatically. I'll show you when we're all done. Then they're all going to be over here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward them to my connections. And what I'm going to do here is I don't think I did it yet. But let me see. I will create a new list under connections that says first, oops, right here. So I match it. Do you guys see I matched the view to this? And I'll hit create. Now, when I go here, I'll be able to move forward this by clicking connect, and I will just go fine. I'll click this and it'll actually move those 429 over. In fact, I'll just do it to show you guys because I can move the other 31 later. But now look over here. See where it says connect? I have 429 contacts. Now I can send a message to all 429 of these. All right. So because I imported them from LinkedIn, which I'm going to show you how to do in a minute. All right. And then I'm going to show you how I send the messages and I'm going to close this loop out. But this is an amazing tool. And so let me just find the messaging that I want to find real quick. I'll come back to you here in a minute, Lori. Give me one sec. So I'm going to take this message. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it over to here. I'm going to change this out. And the reason why this is here, just so you guys know, whatever their name is in this column, this first column, is going to go right here when I click first name. I came across your profile and love connecting uh, hold on, nonprofits who are making moves in the space or industry, always looking to network with like-minded leaders. Let's connect. Do you see how simple that is? Do you guys notice I'm not overthinking it? And what I can do is I'll send 50 messages a day. I'll put 50 right here, just so, and you can see I'm gonna show you in real time. When I hit launch, watch what happens. You'll look on the left over here, and this is all happening automatically. All right. So John Bentley was at the top. Look at the top right on the here. His name's gonna move in a minute over to the left side, and then Barbara, then Margarita, and then Marcus. Do you see how John Bentley just went over there? He just got a message from me. Okay, I didn't send the message. It's doing it automatically. I do 50 of these a day. In about 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, Barbara's going to get a message. So this system acts like a human where it doesn't go fast. It's every 15, 16 seconds where it sends the next message because that's how, look at, or this one is in a minute 23. Do you guys see how it changes it up a little bit? And it changes the time so it beats the technology and it thinks it's a human. Okay. Now I'm going to pause it just so I can see. Can you guys? I'm going to get off of screen share. I think Laura, you had a question. Did it go away? No, she just did the thumbs up. Okay. Did that all make sense to you guys? Do you see how that works? So I showed you how I view profiles, then I move them to the connection. Then the connection, I send the message. Once they accept the friend request, or if I'm already a friend with them and they reply to the message, I use my voice clip and go be DJ human because a robot can do the first message. Would you agree? And I'm not selling. All I'm doing is saying, "Hey, I love what you're doing in the nonprofit space. I want to connect." In fact, I'd probably change that message up a little bit in the sense of I would say, came across your profile and love connecting with nonprofits who are making moves in the industry, always looking to network with like-minded leaders. Let's connect. Not a bad, that's a good message. Would you guys agree? Complimentary. I'm aggressive. Now, what I want to do though is I want to show you how I get the leads in here real quick. Is that cool with you guys if I show you that? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this for a minute. Now, there is so I'm going to go back here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to nonprofits, and I'm going to do, I already did level one, I think in Phoenix, Arizona, right? So I'm going to go people. I'm going to go location, and I'm going to do Arizona, or actually got to go to filters. And I'm going to do Arizona, reset. And you can only move 1,000 at a time. So I'm going to take second level. Okay. Second level, I've got exactly 1,000 because 100 times 10. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to go open this. I got a little thing here on the, what I don't know what you call it, but, where it has a short button. I don't know what you guys call it, but I'm going to hit that. Can you see the pop up or no? Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go to visit. I'm going to I'm going to hit create campaign. I'm going to create a new campaign, which is second level nonprofit AZ. See that? Second level nonprofit AZ. I'm going to hit create. And then I'm going to put 1,000, and I'm going to hit say send it to, so this list, 1,000 of them, second level, I'm going to hit send to CRM. Okay. Do you guys see that? And I'm going to hit that. What's going to happen is it's going to send it to my CRM. This is like stealing candy from a baby. Okay. This is super simple and they don't even cry here. So here's how it works. And there's 30-second progress. We'll give it a whole minute here. All right. So when you ask, how can someone prospect 100 people a day? It's easy when you have a system like this, right? I mean, I can send 50, I can go view. So so my steps are I move them in here. I go visit their profile. So I'll visit 100 a day all week long. And then next week I'll visit the other one. So I'll have 1,000 visited. And then last 2 weeks, I'll go and I'll send 50 messages a day for basically 20 days straight. And I hit 1,000 people up. Out of the 1,000, maybe 20 of them will respond, 30% will respond, which is 2 to 300. And then I can start conversations. You guys see how simple that can go? So it's a lot of fun. All right, so now it's done. So now I hit CRM, this button right here, and it's going to bring me to the CRM. So 836 out of the 1,000 you requested have been transferred to the campaign. These were skipped because they're already in one of my other campaigns. Okay, so I got 100 or 836. So now what I do, they're right here. All those leads that were my second level. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go visit 100 people tonight, and I'm just going to let it sit. I'm going to go have dinner. I'm going to go for a walk. I got to go to the Apple store tonight. All that stuff I'm going to do with my wife. And this is going to be visiting profiles. Tomorrow I'll do it again, another 100 for 8 days, 9 days straight. And then I'll transfer them like I did from visit to connect. And then I'm going to start sending 50 messages a day. You can do about 400 a week. Does that make sense to everybody? So you can do whatever that number is. So and you got to leave the windows open. Your computer can go on sleep, but you can tell it opened up another tab there. And that's what I do. And then it's very simple. The first message is very generic, just to get them to accept my friend request and connect, and or if I'm already connected, to go from a non-respond to a respond. Once they respond, a lot of them say, hey, I'm happy to connect. Nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I go in and use voice clip. If you guys don't know this, but at the bottom, if you go open up your LinkedIn on your cell phone and you go to your messages at the top right, you can actually open up a message. And on the bottom right, there's a microphone down here in the corner. And you can actually voice talk just like I do on text or Facebook Messenger or Instagram, things like that. Can you guys just put a five in the chat if you guys are tracking or if I lost, does that all make sense to you guys? Okay, cool. So that's what I do. That's what I do. It's that simple. Do you need to have LinkedIn Premium? You do not. It's just I actually you don't have to, but you get more benefits if you do. Um, where is what, Stana? Where is that? What are you talking about? The roller coaster, a Ferris wheel? What do we got here? The microphone. Okay. So if you open up your phone and go to your LinkedIn app on your phone, you go to your where the messages are where you can message people. It's on the bottom right. Yeah, there is different limits. Good point, Tracy. Is if you're a non-premium member versus premium, you just can message more people. So you don't need like oh, what's Sales Navigator and all that kind of stuff. It's that premium, the middle product, I think it is. It's optional. You don't have to do it. You don't have to use Octopus. I just do it because I can get more done in a lot shorter period of time. Correct. Yep. So there's different, I pay, I don't know what it is, a couple $100 a year. I pay it annually, so it's cheaper. It's a write-off for my business, but it works. I mean, I'm definitely connecting with a lot of people. You guys, I mean, I'm doing 10 to 12 meetings a day right now, all with business owners, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, and now obviously people like Vanjie. And I did a call today with Stacy. I don't think I see Stacy on here today, and she's got one nonprofit and an employee benefit program that we had a call with today. I mean, John Rankin's getting me on a call on Tuesday with the gymnastics Junior Olympics. We're going to bring them on in every state in the US. And so now we're starting to get the stuff going a little bit. So does anybody have any questions? I want to keep this right at about 30 minutes or so, just to respect time. Obviously, this has been recorded. D, let me open you up. Unmute yourself, my friend.
Okay, I can't find it on my LinkedIn. I had premium and I'm in it on my cell phone, but I
So,
cannot find the microphone.
so go into LinkedIn.
I'm
Go
in there.
on the very top right, there is your message icon.
Um, huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Let me share my screen here on my phone for you real quick.
Yeah, I see the pencil, I see the N, I see a picture of me and my
It's all right. Hold on a minute.
profile.
Let me connect my phone to my computer.
Okay.
Please stand by. Please stand by. Why is my iPhone not found? Let me plug it in real quick. You know why it's not found? Because I think I has my old phone on there. All right, let me try screen share.
Yeah, how about this? I don't know. You probably can't even see any of
That's
that.
right. I'm going to bring my phone on here. Hold on.
Okay.
Give me a sec. Can you guys see my phone?
Yes,
Uh, so when you go to do you guys see
I'm
this?
in.
So
Yep.
this is kind of like your home page when you get in there, right?
Right.
Do you see that on the top right, that circle with the three dots in it?
Okay, there is the three dots. Okay, let me look for
Way at the
that
top
one.
right, that goes to your messages.
Okay, I've got the circle. Okay, now I've got all my messages showing.
Now, if I click on, Dale, do you guys see at the bottom right the microphone
Okay, I'm going to click on
right
Peter.
there? That,
Okay, let me see. Oh, darn it. Click on somebody else.
of course, it just sent a message.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. But did you guys see at the bottom right that microphone next to where it says write a message?
Okay, I see it. Beautiful. Okay, I got to click on the message first, then the microphone. Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem. I'll invoice you.
Beautiful.
Any,
Thank
I'm just kidding. All right. So, and I know, by the way, D, you run a nonprofit. I know it's, small, like a smaller employee base, which is awesome, but you probably have relationships that you're not thinking of yet that I would challenge you to go through your database of going, okay, how many companies do I know that have employees? How many nonprofits do I know out there? And then you want to start doing some discovery calls. And we have a very compelling offer. Nobody says no, by the way. Um, I mean, like Vanjie's guy, Vernie, he's like, I go, do you have any questions? He goes, no, it's a no-brainer. I just want to see a demo. And I sent him, I didn't even do the demo. I just sent it to him because we have the demos. I mean, it's how can you say no to something that doesn't cost anything, that can bring in revenue, it can add value to your database, and there's no downside. Like we've created what I call an irresistible offer. So that's all I got. I appreciate your time. I will put this recording up, like I said, later today or tomorrow in the morning. More than likely today. I've got some time. So, other than that, if you guys have any questions, I know some of you asked for my calendar. I think I put up in the chat earlier. This is a little pitch that I do with nonprofits. Let me put it in the chat. It has my calendar in there, but I would encourage you to save this. I also updated the nonprofit document, and what I'm about to put in the post here is I also put in the community as well. But if you guys want to copy and paste that real quick, I'll give you about 10 seconds to snag it. I would probably copy and paste it versus a picture because then you can just save it on your notes somewhere or email it to yourself. And if you can't figure it out, just go into the community under the nonprofit tab on the left, and I put it in there. All right. So appreciate your time. This is exciting times, guys. We've got three companies. We did a Zoom with me, Bart, Jake, and Dave this morning on the hit list to get everything done for the new technology for our back office, which has been dragging. We apologize. And going over creating all of our legal contracts with all of our partnerships, our nonprofits, our employee benefits. Those will all be done between now and Monday. We'll have everybody sign their contracts next week. I've already had two of the three companies I'm launching give me the hit list of what I need to create the contract and their landing page. Like everything is going right. And it's going to be one of those things where we pull the rubber band back, over through the rest of July and August, and then they're going to start selling it, and all the sales will start to trickle in, and the pools will start to fill, September, October, November, December, and beyond. So we just got to get all these in the pipeline and grow. Real quick, Cynthia, do you have a question?
Uh, I can't tell if I'm okay. Yes, real quick question. I was trying to send it this slightly different topic, but I was sending a video, looking to send the video on Rapid Funnel for the 10-minute video, and it has that the $50 credit thingy. Are we still doing that? Because
Yep.
there's
I mean, we do it. We have so many tools. It's just what do
okay.
people want to use? But yeah, it's still there. It's
Okay.
all, we actually still have it in our community. So it's all
Okay.
still back there.
That's it. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. If you
Thank
need
you.
anything, reach out to me. I know Dawn's working on a program. She sent me an email last night with a nonprofit out of Kenya, I think it is. And so we got all those questions answered. And by the way, Dawn, I did mistakenly say one thing. We did formulate a Passport Light LLC out of Florida, and it was recorded this past week. So other than that, guys, that's all I got. Appreciate your time. Good to see you all. Talk to you guys soon. All right.